Monday morning. This is a day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. We're going to be looking at Judges chapter 4 today. A very interesting story in the Bible. I wanted to share it with you. Again, I'm wanting to do some stories from the Bible that it's hard to believe they're there, but they are there. And very interesting stories that, believe it or not, I found out very surprisingly, most people have not heard them. So Judges chapter 4, it is about Deborah and Barak. Deborah and Barak. Judges chapter 4, and starting in verse 1, goes like this. And the people of Israel did what was evil in the sight of the Lord after Ehud died. And the Lord sold them into the hand of Jabin the king of Canaan, who reigned in Hazor. The commander of his army was Sisera, who lived in Haroshath Hagoyim. Then the people of Israel cried out to the Lord for help. For he had 900 chariots of iron. That's a lot. That'd be like having 900 tanks. And he oppressed the people of Israel cruelly for 20 years. Now Deborah was a prophetess, the wife of Lapidoth. She was judging Israel at that time. She used to sit under the palm of a Deborah between Ramah and Bethel, in the hill country of Ephraim. And the people of Israel came up to her for judgment. She sent and summoned Barak, and the son of Abinoam from Kadesh Naphtali, and said to him, The Lord, the God of Israel, commanded you, go, gather your men at Mount Tabor, taking 10,000 from the people of Naphtali and the people of Zebulun. And I will draw out the army of Sisera, the general of Jabin's army, to meet you by the river Kishon, with his chariots and troops, and I will give him into your hand. Barak said to her, If you go with me, I will go, but if not, I will not. And she said, I'll surely go with you. Nevertheless, the road which you are doing will not lead to your glory, for the Lord will sell Sisera into the hand of a woman. Deborah arose and went with Barak to Kadesh, and Barak called out Zebulun and Naphtali to Kadesh, and 10,000 men went up at his heels, and Deborah went with them. Now Heber, the Kenite, had separated from the Kenites, the descendants of Hobab, the father of Moses, and pitched his tent as far away as the oak in Zananim, which is near Kadesh. When Sisera was told that Barak, the son of Abinoam, that's it, had gone up to Mount Tabor, Sisera called out his chariots, 900 chariots, and all the men who were with him, from Harosheth Hagoyim to the river Kishon. Deborah said to Barak, Up, for this is the day which the Lord has given Sisera into your hand. Does not the Lord go before you? So Barak went down from Mount Tabor with 10,000 men following him. And the Lord routed Sisera and all his chariots, and all his army before Barak by the edge of the sword. And Sisera got down from his chariot and fled on foot. His chariot wasn't doing him no good, but the Lord's against you, it ain't going to work. And Barak pursued the chariots and the army of Harosheth Hagoyim. And all the army of Sisera fell by the edge of the sword. Not a man was left. But Sisera fled on foot. What a man, huh? Sisera fled away on foot to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite. For there was peace between Jabin the king of Hazor and the house of Heber the Kenite. And Jael came out to meet Sisera and said, Hey man, turn aside in here. My lord, turn aside to me, do not be afraid. If a woman ever says that to you, be afraid. So he turned aside to her and went in the tent, and she covered him with a rug. He said to her, Please give me a little water to drink, for I am thirsty. So she opened a skin of milk and gave it to him. Well, that ain't what he wanted. And then he said to her, Stand at the opening of the tent, and if any man comes and asks you, Is anyone here? Say, No. But Jael, the wife of Heber, took a tent peg and took a hammer in her hand. Then she went softly to him and drove the peg into his temple until it went down into the ground while he was lying fast asleep from weariness. So he died. And behold, as Barak was pursuing Sisera, Jael went out and said, Hey, come and I will show you the man who you are seeking. So he went in the tent and lay there. There was Sisera dead with the tent peg in his temple. So on that day, God subdued Jabin, the king of Canaan, before the people of Israel, and the hand of the people of Israel pressed harder and harder against Jabin the king of Canaan until they destroyed Jabin, the king of Canaan. Ain't that something? Drove a tent peg through the man's head while he was asleep. I'm telling you, man, hey, Barak wanted Deborah to go help him, and she said in the beginning, she's a prophetess, she said, the glory will not be yours, for a woman will deliver Sisera into your hand today. Ain't that something? The Lord does value women greatly, and he does work through women. Y'all have a good day.